Hey, Radiant Souls, just that phrase alone. Hey, Radiant Souls. I talk about radiance all the time. Radiance is a big deal for me. It is something that I am passionate about. And I just want to kind of clarify that radiance isn't some big goal that we're looking to achieve. It is really finding our authentic center. It's kind of a rebranding of that old trick. So, saying that, I also don't want it to sound like it's something so clearly it's not something so super simple because I can't even say that. But it is a challenge. We go through our lives in a world that wants to pull us off our center all the time. We all face obstacles all the time. You may see someone in the public eye and think they've got it easy, but I promise you, if they're here on this planet at this time, there are some challenge they are currently facing or have faced. So we all go through it. What do you do when you do feel pulled off center, when you don't feel like you're yourself? We can spend years trying to navigate our way back. So I am so very blessed and honored that my guides shared with me some steps on how to get back to center and how to shine our divine radiant light. I cover them in my book, Hey Radiant Souls, a guide for finding and shining your light. But I just want to highlight them here too, in case they help you today, in this moment. So step number 1 is tune out to tune in. There is a lot of noise, a lot of chaos, a lot of distraction in the outside world, but also in our minds. We have doubts, we have fears, we have objections. In order to connect to your divine radiant light, tune that out. Listen to the whisper of your heart. Come into that center within you. Tell your mind to chill out for a minute, take a back seat. Ask yourself questions of and to your heart. Heart, what do you feel about this decision? Because your heart doesn't have that same logic that your brain does. The brain is keeping us safe, and that's amazing. But it also runs a lot of programming. You didn't make a good decision 12 years ago, so what makes you think you'll make one now? You need to look out for this, or be aware of that, or be careful over here. That's great. It's keeping us safe, but it also can be a barrier to us making decisions, to us feeling comfortable with ourselves and confident. So tune in with your heart, tune out everything else external. The next step is to love what you lack. And this is a hard one for a lot of people, but the things that you lack, that you feel like you don't have yet, or that someone else has and you don't, those are opportunities. Those are ways that you can show up and learn a different skill, learn a task, develop a certain part of yourself. That's an opportunity for you to become even more amazing and more awesome. So love what you lack. Similar to that, embrace your pace. Again, we kind of are trained, I guess, in a way to look around us and say, well, somebody is ahead of me. They have more than I do. They're more successful. They have a better relationship. Their kids are better, whatever it is. Or another common thing is to say, I'm not where I should be by now. I'm X number of years old. I don't have the kids. I don't have the relationship. I don't have the whatever. We're not all supposed to get to the same place on the map, let alone get there at the same time or in the same pace. So the pace that you have is yours. It's unique. Honor it, embrace it, because there are lessons and opportunities and ways for you to develop and grow within that pace. The next step is to choose your view. This is amazing. In every single moment, we get to choose our perspective. You get to choose fear versus love, lack versus opportunity, struggle versus challenge in a good way. That's you. That's you making that decision. That's you, again, checking in with that heart center, with yourself, with your soul, and choosing your view in every moment. The next step is to live your luck. And with this, we live as if the good stuff already happened. Fully inhabit that in your body. If it is a career that you want, how does it feel when you go to work that day? What kind of conversations do you have? How does it feel driving home? Inhabit that in your body. Live as if that has already happened, and you will magnetize it to you. The next step is to bet on yourself and don't look back. Kind of like we talked about a couple steps back, our mind likes to remind us how potentially we've done things not so great in the past. So when you do come to those decision points in life, bet on yourself and know that you're not the same person that you were in the past. You have new abilities, new skills, you've grown tougher skin, whatever it is. You in this moment can make a better, more informed decision. Bet on yourself, double down on yourself, and don't look back. The next step after that is to remember that the odds may feel stacked against you. They may be stacked. So again, often we get knocked off center when things really pile up against us. And I absolutely understand this. I went through several years where I had more car accidents than I truly can count. I don't remember how many I had. My apartment was robbed. I was sued for $10,000 with a jury trial for one of the car accidents. Like, things happened, and they all happened in a very short period of time. But it is often, as the axiom goes, it's darkest before the dawn. It is often when those things are stacking up that there's this kind of inverse momentum. Things are about to get so amazing and so awesome if you just go through that kind of dark night of the soul. So hang in there. The odds may be stacked against you, but on the other side of that, the thing that you can't see yet, when you summit that mountain, is the amazing, beautiful horizon. The next step after that, I'm stuck on the mountain. The next step after that is to expect more. And that is kind of a play on words. This was my guides sending me this. It's a play on words for s'more, the little campfire treat with the marshmallows and the chocolate and the graham crackers, one of my favorite things in the world. But often we kind of craft these fears within ourselves, and we tell ourselves stories that almost make us scary, kind of like you're telling a ghost story around a campfire. And sometimes we retell our own past in a way that blocks us from moving forward and that deflates us and makes us lose our confidence. So expect that those kind of ghouls and ghosts are going to pop up for you, and kind of retell the story. Make it funny, like a campfire story that, is delicious because it comes with that lovely little treat. The next thing to consider when reconnecting with your divine radiant light is, are you seeing things as a weed or a wish? Those boundaries, those obstacles, those challenges, they can be kind of like the dandelion, where for some people, it may be a weed in the sidewalk, but for others, it's that wish where the flowery parts just get caught in the breeze, a wish out into the universe that you are whispering and claiming for yourself. So are you seeing something as a weed or a wish? And which one of those works best for you? I bet it's the wish. The next step is to fill your own cup. So, it's kind of a tired saying by now, but you can't pour from an empty cup. There is not selfishness in self-care. And self-care for you could be taking a walk around the block. It could be helping your dog chase a squirrel in the backyard. That's not at all an accurate statement for myself. I would never do something like that. It could be taking a bubble bath. It could be just that you turn the notifications off on your phone for all your apps and you stop answering texts for a couple of hours. Whatever it is for you, take that moment to yourself, take a beat, connect with yourself, fill your own cup first so that you don't feel depleted showing up for others. The next step is to rise up and shine. Don't keep your light to yourself. We do live in a world that kind of sees often, unfortunately, happiness and joy and positivity as odd or weird or not normal, or how dare you be happy when there are such bad things in the world. You don't know who you might impact showing up and sharing your light. So rise up with it. Shine brightly. And the last tip is to stand out, because you weren't made to fit in. Yes, we are puzzle pieces that are building the whole, but that doesn't mean you conform. That doesn't mean that you do absolutely what others expect of you. You are unique and beautiful, and it is that unique beauty that builds the bigger picture that is so amazing and bright. So stand out. You weren't made to fit in. I hope these were helpful tips for you. I'll put a link to my book if you want to dive deeper into my story on how I got the tips, and different activities and ways that you can work with these, journaling, meditations, things like that. Hope it was helpful. Keep shining, my beautiful, amazing friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.